everyone, welcome to UI Brains, and this is Naveen. So last class we have actually discussed about the Node.js NPM modules like Gravatar, JSON Web Tokens, okay, so .env like that. So in this video we're gonna discuss how to create a Node.js server because Node.js has given to write the server-side web development. So Node.js itself is acts as a server. So how to create a server and how to get the different requests from the client and how to process those requests and how to respond with different type of data, and in that there are different type of requests of HTTP. Generally we'll make HTTP request from the client and server. So for get requests how to respond, and for post requests how to respond, and how can you differentiate, and how to make a routing with the Node.js. So all this concept we're going to discuss from this video. Okay, so first let's start here, how to create a Node.js server. So I have opened my editor. So I just create a folder, new directory. So 10 hyphen node node.js. So creating server. Okay, so how to create a server? Here I create one JavaScript, that is server.js. Okay, so here how to create a server is by using HTTP module. So HTTP module is a core module that is inbuilt for Node.js. So by using that we can create a server. So let me write constant HTTP is equal to require HTTP. I got a HTTP module, and then for every server two things are common. One is IP address and one is the port number. Okay, so the IP address is also called as a host name. So if you take any server, suppose if you have a mobile is having some IP address, right? You have laptop one IP address, and every system will have an IP address, right? Same like that, every server is also have an IP address. Okay, that's like an address of the device in the entire network world. Okay, so every server also having an IP address. For example, if you can go to the facebook.com, right? The facebook.com is actually the host name, but for that host name there is a connected IP address will be there, but we don't memorize all those IP addresses. There will be one DNS server which will take care of mapping domains with the IP addresses. Okay, so as of now we are not hosting anything online, so we are just using local IP address. So I use the constant host name 127.0.0.1. That's my the regular host name for most of the you know local devices, and the constant port number you can give it. You can give any port number from 0 to 65,535, but mostly 0 to 2000 will be using by your operating system. So better you give from 2000 to around 9999, any number you can give, and don't give mostly 8080 because most of the servers are using 8080. And if you take React.js, it is using 3000 already. So that's why I just give something called 5000. Okay, my own IP address. Fine. And then how to create a server is simple. Constant server is equal to HTTP dot, there's a function called create server. Okay, fine. And this create server is internally having a function. So that function is responsible to take care of your request. So this is having two parameters. One is request and the other one is response. So what is this request and response? So request indicates any data which is coming from the client to the server. So this represents the data which is from client to server is requested. And what is response is from server, anything you want to send to the client. So that data that represents by the response object. Okay. And here I will set some status respond dot set or write head as a function. So what this is does is we will add some status code. Generally, client and server can communicate between each other using the HTTP protocol. So for this HTTP protocol, if you're requesting something, you get different type of response. The most common, I think you might have seen that 404 not found, right? So what is that 404 is the number called status code. So every request it is coming with a response is having a different status code. Like if you have 200 status code is like successful response. Okay, so 400 is for unauthorized request. Okay, and 500 is for server error, 404 page not found, and 300 something that's for redirects. There are different status codes available. So what's my plan here is whenever whoever requests to my Node.js server, I wanted to give him a successful response. Okay, as of now, no error, just successful response. So successful status code is 200. Okay, and we need to set some headers. Every HTTP will be having some headers and body parts. So we need to set some headers. So headers means so what type of content you're going to display back to the client. Okay, suppose you request something from the client to the server. So server respond with a normal HTML tag, a server respond with a plain text, server respond with a JSON text. So what type of response you are expecting from the server, right? So I am giving content type is will be text slash plain. So what I'm saying is the content which is expecting from the server is just plain text as of now. Okay, and fine. So next I say response dot, there's a function called end. So we'll just end the response with some data. What I say is welcome to Node.js. Okay, and this is for creating a server. And once you create a server, it won't start automatically, you must have to start. So how to start a server is generally we'll call a function called listen. Every server is keep listening to the port number, so that whoever send a request to that port number and host name, it will respond based on the request. Okay, the next statement will be server dot listen the port number and the host name, and we'll be having a function. Okay, so here I write a console log for confirmation. I write backtick. So Node.js server is started at http colon slash slash uh, host name colon port number. Okay, fine. So this is a very basic. Yes, we are done with the server creation. That's it. Okay, so what we have done, we use HTTP module to create a server, and regular we need a host name and port number for every server. And how to create a server is create server, and it's having internal function called request and response. So request indicates the object which carries the data from client to server, and response indicates the object which carries data from server to client. And every response will have some status code, what type of response you're going to giving back. 200 successful as of now, and what type of content you're sending from the server is plain text, and what is the data you're going to send from the server to client is very basic text, welcome to Node.js, and server.listen. So when server is keep listening to the port number, you can send a request, it will grab the request in this particular function. So done with this. So how to run the program? Generally, how you run a Node.js program, the same way you can run the program. So go to terminal. You can use the local terminal or outside terminal. Let me use the local terminal as of now. I just go to the folder number 10, clear screen. Yeah. So node space app dot, sorry, not app, it's a server.js. You can give any file name. I just given server. Okay, so once I enter this, I got a console log. Node.js server has started at this particular address. So how are you going to get this is you have made a console.log here. So that's the reason why you are getting all this. Fine. So server has started at this particular address. So now let me go and open this address in my browser. So we have to send a request to server. Server is up and running now. So we have to send a request so that we can imagine how data coming from the server. Okay, so let's send a request. How to send a request? Open a browser, enter this URL, hit enter. Okay, so browser will send a request to the Node.js server, get the response and display. So browser responsible to display the content coming from the server back to the browser. So let me open this URL. Let me open a browser. Here, HTTP 127, you can write directly like this, 127.3000 enter. See, as soon as you enter this particular URL, you got the message, welcome to Node.js. Yes, that's it. So, sir, how is this is coming? Simple, that's coming from our Node.js. See, response.end, welcome to Node.js. So you have given a simple response, welcome to Node.js. So that's what has come over here. Fine. Now, here some information you must know. Sir, what about the host name? Sir, is that host name is common or can we change the host name? You can change the host name. You can do like this. You can do like 127.56.45.25. Okay, I have changed the port number. 127 is common for everyone, and this number you can change. Okay, and save it. And I change the port number to 8000. Okay, so now I want my Node.js server to run on this IP address and this port number. So after 127, whatever the number you have given, this all belongs to the my local laptop only. Okay, everyone's laptop. Okay, so let me check. But one more thing is, whatever changes you have done in the code, you must have to restart the server. Okay, that's a general thing. Okay, any code change you do, even a space you want to recognize uh, uh, by the server, you must have to restart the server. So how to restart the server? Just go to terminal, just control C. When process was running, control C to stop the process, right? Here, CLS node space server.js. So server has started. See, 127, 56, 45, 25, 8000. Now, when I go back, see here, this is what 127.001, but my server is running on 127.56 something. So if I refresh, I won't get anything here. There is nothing can be reached because there is no server is running at this IP address and port number. So where it is running at this number. So when I click on this, see, now I got welcome to Node.js for this particular IP address. Okay, so you can change any of IP address and any port number, but you must have to restart. So if you don't want to give 127, 127 generally common for every laptop or every system. If you don't want, you can give your local system IP address as well. Okay, so let me check my system IP address. If I can go to the command line, I just say IP, how to check the IP address, IP config, uh, sorry, IP config. Okay, so I got some IP address that is 192.168.1.2. Let me give this IP address now. Um, or you can give your own IP address. So I just give mine around 198.168 and 1.2. Okay, I just given my own local my IP address, save it, but you must have to restart the server. How to restart? Control C and just say node space server.js. Uh, you got a problem, address not available. Oh, okay. Sometimes you get the error like this. 192, sorry, it is 192.168. What I given? Oh, sorry, it's 192.168. 1.2. Okay, correct. Now go back. CLS node space server.js, enter. See, your Node.js server has started at this particular address. So now let me so what about this one? This is not running now. So now port has changed to something else. So when I refresh, you won't get anything because server has changed its address. Now where is the address? Let's click on this link. See, welcome to Node.js. So 160, 192, 168, 8000 is a port number, right? So this is my Node.js server. Okay, and the problem here is okay, you can give any port number. I can give my back to 127.0.0.1 because this is regular for everyone. You can use this, and I just make it back to 5000 and save it. Fine, but only the problem here is you have to restart every time. Okay, okay, so you have to restart the server every time. Uh, Back here again, this will not work. So what I do, let me click on this. It will work. This was not working. Now 127 5000 is working. Perfect. Okay. So now what exactly the problem you face here is everything is okay, but only thing is you have to restart the server every time. If you don't want to restart the server every time, you have a nice module for Node.js that is called NodeMon. NodeMon. Okay, so what is this NodeMon? For example, if you know something about live server concept at the client side, we use live server. What is live server concept at client side is it will refresh the browser every time when the file change happen. The same way at Node.js also, if you wanted to restart the Node.js server for every file change, you have to install this particular package. And this particular package, we don't need package.json and all because I'm going to install this in the global because I want to use that for every application. Okay, so simply if you want to use this NodeMon, so what you have to do is just say go to any terminal npm install -g NodeMon. Okay, if you hit this command it will download this particular package. If you have this you can use this. Okay, so how? Let me go to terminal. So npm install -g nodemon. Okay, so I show you what is this nodemon. Meanwhile in the Google, just say nodemon npm. So when you can search for yeah, this is nodemon symbol, and see, NodeMon is a tool that helps develop Node.js based application by automatically restarting the Node.js application when the file change in the directory are detected. So whenever the file change happens, it will restart the Node.js server automatically using this. Fine. I have installed. You get some warning, just ignore. Installed. So once installed, then how to run the program? Simple. Till now, how are you executing the program? We are executing the program node space server.js, right? If you are using node, you have to restart every time, but in place of node I use nodemon. Okay, in place of node I use this nodemon space server.js. If you are using like this, it will start your node.js server with nodemon, then you don't need to restart every time. It will only take care for every file change. Let's see that one. Now back here, I will stop it. Let me start with nodemon. How to start with nodemon? Nodemon space server.js. Enter. See, you got some server logs with nodemon, and then you got a message at this port number. You got a server. Fine. I got the response. That's fine. Perfect. Next, I just change something. I just make my port number 2 or else I can change this text. Okay, express JS. I save it. Uh, so go check. See, you got a message restarting due to changes. So it automatically restart your server and just go back and refresh. You got express JS, right? And again, I just back to here. Will modify to again Node.js. I save it. So as soon as you save, it restarts automatically, right? And then you just go refresh, you got data. So the best thing about NodeMon here is we don't need to restart the server every time. It will take care automatically. Okay, so whenever the file change happens in the source code, it will automatically restart the server and keep it up and running for you. You can just test your logic. Okay, so that's about Node.js server creation, and the next example we'll see how to get different type of responses and how to make a routing in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll meet in the next video. Thank you.